Do you like movies?
Garbage Day!
Do you like games? Do you like battling to the end of your wits until there's nothing left? Then this is the movie game meant for you. Welcome to Sin into Nerdle. So, what is Sin into Nerdle? It's a website that lets you play two different types of games. The two different games found on Sin into Nerdle are puzzles and battle. The puzzle section is the first thing you'll see whenever you visit the website. To solve puzzles, you have to drag tiles around to get the right combination. You need to get 4 correct in a column or row to see the correct combination. When you successfully solve a line, it will be highlighted in a color. In the original section, you'll be using keywords and actors to solve for movies, and in reversal, you'll be using movie names to solve for themes within those movies. Logical puzzles are a whole different beast altogether. You'll be trying to solve the puzzle based on the rules that the person created for you. You can swap as much as you like here, but you have to lock in your answer to check your logic. You can always replay any puzzle and browse other people's puzzles in the archive section. I'll quickly go over the options here as well in the puzzle creator. You can select the type of puzzle you want to make, and for originals and reversals, you can choose what pattern you want to use. The things you write on the squares is what people will see, and the right side is where you will write the idea for the movie or the theme. When you're finished, just hit submit, and you'll get this pop-up. You can't edit the puzzle after you submit it, so be sure to check your work. Now, probably the most exciting section of the video, the battle section, which I think is the true selling point of Sin into Nerdle. This is mostly just going to be how battle works, not about balance or patch notes. You can check out my other future videos for strategy if you want to see that. You can play battle as a guest, but it won't save your rating or your analytics, so if you want to keep it, make a profile. Let's talk meat and potatoes. This will be a long-winded explanation, so don't worry if you get lost. Playing the game will hopefully make more sense. Battle, in its base form, is playing a 1v1 game with someone, where the goal is to keep playing movies until the other person loses. The game is turn-based, and every time it is your turn, you have a limited amount of seconds to link from the previous movie to a new movie. If you can't make a link, you lose, and vice versa. What linking means here is that you have to name a new movie that also has a person from the previous movie. Let's say your opponent plays the movie Red One. You would now have to think of a movie that has Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, or Lucy Liu, or Chris Evans, and then play it. Of course, it's not limited by single actors, it could be a multiple actor connection, and it doesn't have to be just actors. It could be the director, cinematographer, composer, or the writer. 2 more things. Every time you play or your opponent plays a movie, it can't ever be used again. Every time you use a person, it uses up a little X. 3 X's on a person, and you can't use them anymore. You can, of course, link to a movie that has them in the movie, but that's for you and your opponent to figure out. That is the most simplified explanation of what battle is like on Sin into Nerdle. There are 3 different ways you can battle: Classic, Battle 2.0, and Battle Royale. Classic is the most true-to-form, original way to play the game. There are no bans here, just playing movies every couple of seconds. You also have something called Lifelines. Your basic lifelines are Rush, Time, Cast, and Skip. Time is exactly what it sounds like. It gives you 15 seconds from when you press it. This can be countered by the Rush. If they rush you, you can't use time. But if you use time, they can't rush you. The Cast Lifeline gives you a list of the top cast members in the movie and other helpful information, and gives you an extra 5 seconds. Skip is a skip. You give the movie back to your opponent. You only have 1 of each lifeline, so be sure when you use them. Something earlier I forgot to mention. Between rounds 1 to 4, there is also something called the setup phase. Rounds 1 and 2, both of you can see the full cast list, and after round 4, X's can start to be used up. The setup phase exists in both Classic and Battle 2.0, but not Battle Royale. Now, Battle 2.0 is a totally different experience. Before you play, you will have to use something known as a battle kit. You do start with a default kit, but for the sake of the video, I'll be covering everything a battle kit has. A battle kit has a limited number of slots, 20 little squares. Certain things you equip will cost more, others less, so it's up to you how to equip your arsenal. Now, you could win the game normally by making your opponent lose on time, or you can seize victory with your own hands using a win condition. Win conditions allow you to set an objective, and if you achieve it within the game, you win. For example, this win condition says to play 7 action comedy movies, but this win condition, you only have to play 3 Halle Berry movies. Win conditions also only kick in after the setup phase. There's a whole different mix of win conditions, so my best advice is play around with them and see what you like. Lifelines are the next thing to talk about. You have the previous ones that I mentioned, and you can also take multiple copies. There are also some new lifelines in Battle 2.0. Leads, block, setup, and escape. Leads is like a light version of cast. It allows you to look at the 2 most billed cast members of the movie, and it gives you 3 seconds of time. A block allows you to prevent your opponent from playing any movie that would result in them fulfilling any part of their win condition, and gives you 5 seconds. Using a setup lets you not gain any X's during your turn. An escape is like a skip, but when you escape, it selects a random movie from the 500 popularity index. Also, your opponent can't gain any progress towards their win condition, so it's like a wormhole skip with a block attached. There is a lot to say about key items, but I'll keep it simple. They act as a passive lifeline that is active at all times. They are highly temperamental and finicky. I will show you one as an example. Evil X makes your links take up 2 X's instead of 1. Whether or not you use key items is up to you. Last thing is the simplest, bans. If you want to prevent your opponent from playing a person or a film, you can do that here. It does also ban the movie or person for you, so be ready for that. The last game mode is Battle Royale. It's exactly how it sounds. Every turn, everyone in the lobby must type in a film, as per regular rules. What is interesting is how the next film is selected. If multiple people type the same film, it has higher priority. Otherwise, if all the films are different from each other, then it selects the median popularity rank. If there are 2 medians, then it chooses the most popular of the 2. With 2 players, it chooses the least popular movie. Also, with 2 players, the timer gets cut down significantly. The lifelines you have in Battle Royale are Cast, Skip, Rush, and Priority. Priority allows you to bid and place your movie at the top of the queue, overriding the system. You can use multiple priorities, and so can other people. Because everyone shares the same time, there is no way to add time unless you use the cast or the priority lifeline, which both give you 5 seconds. So, this video turned out longer than expected, but that is the basics of Sin 2 Nerdle. Next video on Sin 2 Nerdle, I will talk about general strategy in battle, and also my future plans for the channel, but that's another time. If you want to join the Sin 2 Nerdle Discord, just click on the link in the description. Thank you for watching, have a lovely day.